everyone? Welcome back to another episode of My Panther Pride. This is another special episode that we like to call Inside the Hunt. We have a special guest today, Mr. Ryan Nelson from the offensive line. I'm going to let him take it from here, give a little bit of background about himself.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. What's up, Panthers Nations? Ryan Nelson, number 75. You've seen me on a million videos recently. I'm sorry. It was all one take, and they just keep breaking it up. That's my bad. I didn't know it was going to be 4 different videos. Probably getting tired of my face at this point. But, yeah, absolutely excited to be here, excited for the season coming up, and looking forward to a great year.
Yeah. I've seen a few of the videos. I saw the one where they had you do kind of like the Mickey Mouse. What did they tell you? What did they tell you behind that? I was very, very curious.
It was, you're going to draw the logo. And I was like, okay, perfect. I got it. I literally had it sitting in front of me. And I'm like, hey, don't cheat. I was like, all right, it's in front of me. I got it. I'll do it. So I'm drawing it. And I was like, oh, I'm going to put the box around it too. Completely forgetting how I was like, mid-drawing. So I was like, well, hopefully they just, put it in the box. And it came out terribly. But like I said, art is a concept.
That was
Picasso, Pablo the Panther. I was going with that line, but
you gotta wait generations looking down. It's gonna be a masterpiece.
Oh my god!
Right? Yeah, they don't appreciate the beauty in it yet.
Exactly.
Jesus.
You're ahead of your time, man. I don't know if you saw. I can't even remember who it was, but somebody made one in it. They flipped it, and it looked like a mouse standing up. I was like, that's way off, but I appreciate it.
It was either Ober or it was EJ.
Okay. Yeah. So, Lauren, you want to start us off with our first question?
Yeah. So, what are you looking forward to most this season?
Honestly, the comeback tour. The guys have been talking about it the entire time. Everyone we played last year told our O-line coach, am I allowed to cuss on this, or you guys can bleep that? Doesn't matter.
No,
you're I want to go direct. Everyone in that we played, their D-line coach would look at Holt and be like, "You got the meanest sons of bitches I've ever fucking seen." So we're ready to bring it back this year. We're freaking locked in. We're reloaded. We're ready to go. We got some key players back on offense this year. That like D. Ross isn't going to be hurt. We got Bryce for a full season. The quarterback competition is going to be great. Everyone's excited to play again. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do as a team and killing it. And then, personal goals, I want to freaking light the league on fire. Too many complaints of people complaining us playing music on the plane. Yeah. I got a hit list. We're ready to go.
We're ready to go. So, what's one of your favorite, play schemes as an offensive lineman? Like pass blocking, run blocking, or do you like being the pulling guard on, a run option?
So, personally, pass pro, super easy. I'll talk crazy during it. But I like backside of zone when I'm one-on-one with, whoever their biggest guy is. And I know in my head, because I've heard Holt say it so many times, we're just going to leave you one-on-one backside. Go freaking fight the fat kid. And we know it on the offensive line because it happens so often. I want to say we ran inside zone 11 times straight against, DC.
Oh, yeah.
Where they had that giant kid in front of me, and they were like, dude, just keep washing him. And I was like, all right. So the joke became, fight the fat kid backside.
Yeah, fight the fat kid backside.
Yeah. God, that's so demoralizing, too, when you just keep doing it over 11 times in a row. When you're standing up, you're like, is it going to be 12? You got to be kidding me, man.
Oh, we would sit there. We would sit there and look at each other like, dude, inside zone again? And we look at the sideline to call it in. Dude, let's go.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, because I remember as an offensive lineman, I came in as a freshman in high school, and there was a sophomore that played nose guard, and he was already 6 foot 315.
Jesus.
Oh, boy. Practices were not fun for me.
Oh, no, not at all.
But
I've had a few of those in my career. We played at Louisville, and they had a 480-pound D tackle, and I was like, huh.
That's so much work. The whole game.
Yeah. The worst when you're in high school is when the guys line up and they got facial hair like this. It's like, you're not. How?
Kids nowadays have like full sleeves.
It doesn't even make
teaching
sense.
Out of school, and a kid out of sleeves is like, "Oh, who's your artist? My artist is so and so." It's like, dude, you're in like 10th grade.
You shouldn't have an artist yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't talk too much. I had my first tattoo when I was, I think, a junior.
My entire right arm is the same guy. My guy Josh Fernandez out here would never go to anyone else after him, and absolutely love it. Just gonna keep adding on to it. Yep. So by next season, probably have the other arm done.
Same guy.
Yeah, everyone's the same guy for everything.
That's awesome. When I was in the Navy, my whole, well, not whole right leg, but like knee down is partially done. I gotta feel it in a bit, but it was all through one guy, Thor's Hammer and Needle out in Seattle. Okay. Well, Pole's Bow technically, but yeah, it's nice when you find a guy and you're like, okay, I'm coming back here every time. Like next time we're planning a flight out there to go just show my girl the west side, but yeah, and I'm trying to plan with him. Definitely.
I feel like tattoo artists and like barbers, once you find a good one, you kind of stick with them.
Yeah,
you stick with them for sure.
They're so hard to find because when you have the bad ones, it's like but so when you have somebody who's good, you're like, I'm not letting you go.
Especially with like a bad tattoo artist, like if you ever like find a bad one, I feel bad for you because it's stuck on you. You can't get it off.
The whole back of my right arm is a cover up, so I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
All right.
So, tell us a little bit about what it's like working for EA.
All right. So I work for a company called 3rd and 1. EA employs us to do the motion capture. So long days of filming and doing every little tedious thing you can think of. I absolutely love it. I would never complain about it. But I just finished a 3-day filming for Madden 26, in which actually I got Cole Cabral to film with me because we needed another offensive lineman. And every small, minuscule detail you wouldn't even consider, I had to film for the game because it's not real football, but it's game football. Like the lags you see that blow up on social media, like, oh, my character phased through somebody, we got to fix that. Or my character didn't even touch him, we got to fix that. So you have to do the small stuff, but then you have to do the really cool stuff. Like if you guys play Madden 25, there's a celebration you can see where it's someone bench pressing someone while they're like sitting on someone else. That's literally me.
Really?
Like I was in the Vancouver site, and they're like, "Hey, so we need ideas for touchdown celebrations or turnover celebrations." So we were all throwing out ideas, and I was like 23, 24, and I was like, "Oh, try this one. They're like, "You know what? Just run with it." So we started doing them, and Boogie Roberts was on the floor. It was him, I think a guy named Greg Townsend, and I had to lay back on them, and then one of our Canadian skill guys, I don't remember if it was Will or blank on the other guy's name, had to jump on me. So we're like, I'm bench pressing him, and they're like, okay, we're gonna do it again because you got to do whatever cut. I'm having to bench press this dude like 20 times, and I was like, bro, like, if I'm jumping onto someone else for him to put my hands like this and bench press him, my normal reaction is I'm gonna go backwards, so it's back of my head and like my lower back. No, he jumped on facing face first.
Dude, you're looking straight at him while you're
straight at his chest,
hand on his freaking
like
hand on his throat.
Yeah,
bro, come on, man. But then you also have to do the cool stuff like the super wins or super losses where you got to act it out a little bit. Like I've had to absolutely destroy a corner blitz. And it was just, I feel bad. It's this older dude. He's like 38. His last year playing was in like 2017. We had to do corner blitz, offensive line super win. And he looks at me and goes, one take is all I'm going to give you, bro. He goes, I'm going to sell it. Hit me as hard as you can. So I had to like flip this dude. And they're like, good. He's like, thank God I'm not letting him hit me again.
No, there's not going to be a second take for this one.
Yeah, and then there's like, oh, you got to do inside zone this way, super win, spear him on the floor. My first day of shooting in Canada, so my very first shoot was in the Vancouver site because we have Vancouver and then there's Canoga Park. we had to do 10 yards apart, me and this D lineman, run and then collide in the middle. And you had to do like barely one way, barely the other way, more one way, more the other way, like for each person winning, and then super win. And he goes, bro, just hit me. I want to see how hard you can hit me. I was like, okay, do you want a pad? And he's like, no, I want you a pad. I want you a pad. Dude. Hit this dude. He bounced off the turf.
Oh.
Literally gets up and goes, I think I'm done for the day. And like, it's not even lunch, bro. And he was like, no, like, guys, I need a break. But you get to do this. So you have the fun parts of like doing stuff like that, and then you have the tedious things of like, how many times can I kick step these different motions before my feet go raw? Let's find out. Like the last 3 days, I filmed 387 stunts. So a stunt for us is anytime you touch another person. I filmed 387.
Oh wow! Yeah, you're busy.
So how long is that like per day? Is it like a 12-hour day of that? And you're in the suit, right? Like the suit with the little dot.
I'll just run you through my day. So I stay at my parents' place for that because otherwise I have like a 6-hour drive to get there, a 4-hour drive. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Right. So I wake up at 5 o'clock. I'm out of the house from my parents' house by 5:30 to avoid the traffic on the 5s. Because LA traffic's a nightmare, so you don't want to get there before that. Yeah. You get there about 7 o'clock, 7:20. Other guys who have to do the same thing are like either sleeping in their car, like they get there so early, or you're sleeping inside on one of the couches. They feed us amazing food that's always catered. You're getting ready in a suit by about 9 o'clock, 9:30. I'm not sure if you guys ever put on like a fire retardant suit or like a scuba gear suit. It's kind of like that. It's a real pain to get into sometimes. And you get that all ready. Then someone has to zip up your back. Then they do your own markers. But you're getting ROM'd in, so your range of motion stuff. I usually make fun of it, call it the dance because what we have to do. That's by about 9:30 to 10:15. By 10:30, hopefully you're filming. So from 10:30 to 1, you're filming in the morning. 1 o'clock to 2, you have lunch. 2 to about 2:45, 3 o'clock, guys are getting refitted, re-ROM'd. Unless you're good at it and you understand, I don't take the suit off and the pads off and everything. I don't have to do the whole process again. So I leave it all on. Also, you stay warmer, way warmer that way. So you do that, and then you're filming again from about 3:15 to 5:45. And then if you're clean, you shower and then leave. I shower every time. EA's paying for the shower. I'm using the shower.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I bet they have some pretty nice facilities for you guys to use too.
Oh yeah, the Canoga Park one is pretty cool. They have 2 showers in there, 4 bathrooms. That's like probably 20 yards by maybe 40 yards by 20 yards field size. So that's pretty nice. It's easy to use. The Vancouver one's freaking massive.
Oh, I bet. 50
by 50. And the one rule that we all have, no matter what, is don't touch the cameras. The cameras are like $45,000. You break one of those, you're working for free for a while.
Oh, I bet those because it's not just typical camera, right? It's motion capture. So I don't know. I'm not a scientist or whatever it takes, but I know it's not normal.
Just think like if you're in a room, by every like 10 feet, there's another pole going up. There's camera, like 4 of them going up that across the top. Down the other side, so probably like 15 cameras each section of them, and there's like 10 of them. It's crazy.
What it takes to produce a video game, man?
Dude, and all the coding and stuff. Like when I was filming the other day, I'm looking over and one of them's playing. He's literally playing Madden to look at the glitches for stuff. All right, we need to film this one. I've even had a few like, hey, the pull animation was messed up in the last game. Can you come in and just come pull for a while? So I spent like a full day just doing every single pull you could imagine. Great.
Do you get to hit or they just see you pull?
Oh no, you get to hit.
Yeah.
You hit some other dude in a suit who's like, cool, it's a stunt.
Yeah.
Every once in a while someone goes, oh dude, I wanna hold a pad. Can you hit it? And I'm like, you really want me to hit you, bro? You're like 150 pounds. That's great. I mean, I enjoy it. long days. Sometimes they're harder than others. Like by day 3, you're really tired and like, dude, I just want to be done and sleep. But besides that, it's really worth it. I love it.
Oh yeah, like you were saying, I feel like even regular actors, like say you're on some movie, you get the cool stuff where you're like it's the intense action scenes, but then it's the monotonous setting up that action scene, and you're just like, oh man, the day's dragging, and I got to keep dragging this guy through the mud or whatever it is.
Literally, you're just like, damn, that's. So you start looking around like, anyone want to switch out? But it's money for us, so guys like you hit a certain amount of stunts, you max out for your day. And I'm like, all right, cool. I got the vet rate. You hit 48 stunts, you're maxed out. But when you do more than that, you're kind of just working for free.
Right. Well, I mean, it probably also helps keep you in shape in the off season too.
Oh,
makes you more ready for the season.
Best shape by far. Yeah. Because you can't really fake offensive line work. You can't mimic that unless you're actually doing it. So this is us actually doing it, and you're like, wow, and like day 7 of camp conditioning already. Sweet.
Yeah.
You get a head start, man.
Oh,
not complaining with, and you're getting paid for
it. That's a bonus.
And naturally, you get better at Madden too.
Yeah, just naturally.
Like, oh, I know where this should go. Or if something messes up, every once in a while, I'm like, no, there's not how I filmed that. All right, what's the next question? What was that? Game day one.
Yeah, so like JJ McCarthy's got like, I mean, everybody's seen him in Michigan. He's like takes his shoes off and he's like meditating in front of the goalposts. I mean, people have it. I don't know if you have any weird ones like that. I'm not saying that, but do you have any, game day rituals that you just have to get done before game time?
So my whole thing on that is I feel like a lot of the stuff you see like that is just for people to show you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, game day ritual, I'm blasting freaking like EDM house music or like reggaeton going crazy in my head. I sleep most of the day because I already know like I'm gonna be fist fighting someone for 3 hours.
Right.
You want to be good. Probably a good sized meal before whatever they're giving us for food. Eat like 2 plates worth of it or a massive plate worth of it. So you're like, okay, cool, I'm ready to go. As an offensive lineman, make sure you use the bathroom at least once or twice to make sure you're good. And then on the field, dude, I make sure I get a walk the field. I usually call my family. I call my fiance, or we talk for a little bit. I show them the field, and then I start focusing more in. Like, I don't get like super amped and ready for it until the game's right about to start. And I feel like that's come from my background of pitching. You can't do that. You can't be stuck in that mindset all day long.
Right.
It has to be every single pitch. You got to relock in. So same way for me on that. I wouldn't have to say I have anything crazy now. Just sleeping the majority of the day.
Preparation.
Sleep, eat, and music.
Sleep, eat, music.
There we go.
I think I can get behind that for sure.
Oh yeah, it's easy. Like, I wish I could be like, yeah, man, I do like hot yoga and do no. I'm a 325-pound individual. I just get ready to
conserve it for the game, man. I can't
we had
fall
one
for that.
In high school though. We had one that was called PAP, and they would make us do heavy deadlifts, 10 sets of 1 before you play a game, because there's a study behind it where if you overload your body, when you go to hit something lighter, it flies. So I would do like 10 sets of 1 of like 405 deadlift in high school, and then go block like a 200-pound defensive end. And I'm like, hey, it worked. I was cool with it, but I'm not doing that anymore. I'm like, dude, I'm not throwing a 600-pound deadlift around for a while. And then
yeah, when the weight starts getting up there, you're like, no, I'm not. No way.
I'm chilling, man. That's not worth it.
Right. So let's what can you tell us about like offensive line chemistry? Because I know when I was in high school, my offensive line, we were tight. Like we ate lunch together. We went to practice. We positional groups. You guys practiced together. We hung out on the weekends. It felt like we were pretty tight. Is that something that followed you through college? And now, like, do you guys have like a text string that you guys all like talk to each other and, you know, try to keep that chemistry?
Yeah. Okay, so offense on the easiest way to explain this to people is it's the one group that everyone has to be on the same page, otherwise nothing will work. Because let's say a quarterback and like the running back aren't on the same page. Well, you can always pull it to somebody. Or a quarterback and one receiver are on the same page. There's other receivers. If I'm playing guard beside Noah and me and him are on the same page, that's a sack or a CFL. So naturally we start to bond more. We do have like 2 or 3 group chats. We have one with Coach Holt in it that you would think would be more like, oh, serious? Coach Holt's one of us. Love that guy. Absolutely amazing.
One of the guys, huh?
Yeah, he's one of the guys. And he's like, he'll text us about random stuff. And like we're on the plane after a game, and everyone's like, oh, should we turn the music down? Because we're flying with the other team, and I'm the one blasting music. Holt's the one time we turn that shit up.
Turn it up.
You don't want to hear it? Don't lose. Simply put.
Yeah.
But we're really close. And then this year I'm living with a few of the guys. We have O-line house, so that's going to be awesome. Like our chemistry is tight. I work with Cole doing this, and I got him into it. These are guys who are going to be at my wedding. Like these are all guys I'm really close with, and I really trust. And then also guys like we do stuff off the field too, like skill guys, and they'll hang out every once in a while. You can almost always, I guarantee you, find an offense. I'm like, oh, dude, who wants to get food?
Yeah.
Who wants to go do this? Who's go do this? So it's a nonstop, like, close-knit group of guys, especially because there's 5 of us on the field at the same time. Yeah. So we had, 9 guys last year? So we all know each other's roles, what to do, how to rotate in between, in and out. You get along great with these guys. Great dudes. I don't know if everyone's the same. There's different stories on teams like guys being, hating, I want my job, this, that, whatever. Mm-hmm. We know we're going to rotate. We know each other very well, our strengths, our weaknesses. We have a great group. We work very well together.
Yeah, and I see over here I have a spreadsheet that has all the players that are returning and who's new. And it looks like our offensive line, everybody's returning. So that's awesome.
We're losing, 2? I think we lost Pope and Dunlop.
Oh, yeah.
Well, in comparison to most of the rosters that we have available to us, like the turnover on our team is minuscule compared to everybody else, really.
Well, it's because we all knew, that if we came back, we'd do more.
That revenge tour, like you were talking about.
No, revenge tour is going to be crazy. The only one that's going to be a hard one to miss, that it's going to be hard to replace, is the GOAT, Jake Bates.
Right.
Yes, sir.
I actually talked to him the other day, too.
Have you met BT, the new kicker? BT Potter is his name.
Yeah. Talking about Bates, I'm thinking about sending all my Jake Bates cards that I have. I was going to send him to the Detroit training facility to see if he'd sign them for me.
I mean, knowing Jake, he'd do it.
Yeah, he seemed real cool. I met him last year at one of the games. After the game, I got him to sign a Panthers helmet for me.
I called him because we were doing his kicking animation the other day, and he was telling the kicker that we brought. I was like, "Make sure you got this." And I was like,
"Yeah,
GOAT, GOAT."
Oh man!
I want to say he's saved in my phone as Jake Bates GOAT.
Jake Bates GOAT.
Bates GOAT. I like calling him Legatron.
That's not bad. I like it.
Yeah, because we had Megatron back in the day, so now we got Legatron.
Yeah, he's just a bricklayer, though. Just a bricklayer.
That's it. Nothing more.
Yeah, nothing.
He's such a nice kid, too.
Oh, yeah.
Off the field, he's so nice.
What do you think about the calendar meme that's going around every day, all over the place after that one game when he was stretching?
When he was stretching on the sideline?
Yeah. So I sent him one, and he responded back. It was like, bro, I didn't think it would blow up like that. I was just trying to stretch.
It wasn't bad until he he stuck that tongue out.
Yeah, when he had his tongue out.
But he's such a happy, fun person that he was fine with it.
Yeah.
He thought it was funny. So as long as he thought it was funny, that's cool.
I think it was hilarious. When it happened in real time. It was like that Leonardo DiCaprio snapping at the TV. You see that? All right, well, kind of branching off the O-line chemistry, you got who would you who would be your first invite to your barbecue? You're having a barbecue at your house from the team. Who's going to bring the meat? Who's going to bring the good vibes? Who's going to be able to hang out with everybody?
Is this my roommates aren't involved, or is this my roommates already there?
Your choice. We can do either or both.
I'll do both. Roommates aren't there. Cole Cabral. Cole Cabral is the one you need to have there for sure. Cole Cabral is bringing the food, the vibes, everything. But because we're rooming together this year, that changed my answer. That's why I was asking.
Okay.
Bryce Perkins.
Bryce?
B Perk, my guy from college. Funny enough, he was Cole's quarterback at ASU, then transferred to Virginia, so he was both of our quarterbacks in college. Then with Cole again with the Rams. But he's coming, and he's bringing the vibes, music, and he's going to bring Sip Tail. His alcohol brand.
Yeah.
That's where it's at. So between those two, we got the food and the alcohol, the beverages. I'm sorry if there's any children watching. But the food and the beverages, dude, you're good.
Oh, yeah. Sounds like he's bringing the whole party himself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Bryce and Cole, that was pretty good. All right, so if it was somebody else's barbecue, so I'm going to throw this one in here. You're going and you get a +1. Which one are you bringing? Cole? Because if you didn't room with...
Here's the thing.
That sounds tough.
Does
it have to be a teammate?
No, not necessarily. I mean, that's what we were going. I mean, if you have somebody else, let us know.
If it's someone else's barbecue, I get a +1. I'm pretty sure I'm bringing my fiance everywhere I'm
going. Oh, well, okay.
Yeah,
fair enough. Smart man. I'll take that answer. I'll take that.
Yeah.
All right.
That one, Jesse.
Yeah. Well, Lauren.
Yeah. Me and Jesse were talking off camera. We were thinking, tell us who the fastest teammate is, and you told us there's kind of a story behind that. So what's up with that?
Bryce Perkins is probably one of the biggest freak athletes I've ever met. And I've got to play with him. So I have stories of this kid in college. So we had a DB named Bryce Hall who got tracked at 22, 23 miles an hour in a chase down tackle. I've watched Bryce outrun him in practice.
Oh, wow.
I watched Bryce our first first practice he came to us, scramble and then outrun the defense, and our defensive ends were looking around like, bro, where'd he go? And then our linebackers and DBs got out and ran, and they're like, huh. I'm sitting there, and the funny thing was everyone who knows him, who's played against him, knew it. But if you don't know him, you're like, oh, this is a quarterback sitting in the pocket trying to do whatever. He just got here. I know he's a freak athlete.
You guys are sitting back waiting for the reaction. Like, watch this.
Literally. I got the rotate out for that play, and I watched him outrun everyone. I started laughing. And none of the D linemen were, when we do practice, the offensive line and defensive line sit right beside each other. And they're like, he was that fast? I'm like, of course I knew he was that fast. That's when the kid, I got in trouble in college watching him hurdle somebody against Louisville. The kid fell, and he got a touchdown, and Bryce got a touchdown. And on tape, you see me walk over and point it on the floor and laugh at him. I was like, I see this kid do crazy stuff, man. Like, I knew what he's capable of.
He's got to calm down with the hurdles this year, though. We need him. We need him there.
They actually texted me this in a group chat and said, tell Bryce to make sure he stretches before he hurdles people.
Amen.
And I was like, yeah. So I texted him. He thought it was funny. He was like, I'll be warned this time, got to give me a full game in before I try to hurdle somebody. I'll be fine.
Just one game. Just give it a game to settle in, and then we're good to go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Lauren.
Yeah, and we asked Devin this question. Where'd that come from?
I think it was literally I was scratching my elbow, and it probably picked up my hand. I don't know.
But we asked Devin this question because he also lives out there in California. How have the fires affected you or anybody close to you, and has it affected your everyday life? Or
so my family's good. They're in Orange County. I live out in the desert of Palm Springs area, so fires aren't close to us at all. I've had a few friends and people I've played games with online who've lost their houses, and it's been devastating. it's just so crazy to think like how quick it went down and how fast they spread. I've been very lucky enough the fact that like hasn't hit my immediate family very bad. Like we're all good, we're all safe. But yeah, it's been something, man. I was sitting at like the safety of my home, looking at people be like, "Yeah, I'm evacuating," and then extended family being like, "Hey, I can't find my like husband's." I want to say I have an aunt or not a cousin who her husband, he can't. They lost his aunt. They legit couldn't find her, and they were like, they had to evacuate, and they couldn't find her, and no one had anything. Eventually, they found her in the fire. So it was rough, but blessed enough to not have to worry about our houses in our area. But I know the misfortune that's going on, and it's rough for other people as well.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're far removed from it, but I mean, all we have is what we see from the media. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy how, like you said, how fast it went, how fast it spread. I mean, I've seen some videos of it just like flashing across a whole highway, like real fast, just because the wind is so wild.
And it was the product of like everything going perfectly wrong at the same time.
The perfect storm.
Yeah, it was like really, really dry. Hadn't been rain for a while, and I want to say someone's actually started the fires, and then just the windiest times you could have. Like, dude, we have wind when you're driving on the freeway and your car's being moved. Mm-hmm. It's been that windy out here, and like 25-mile-an-hour gusts, and you're like, wow. So a quick little flame spreads so fast, and then everything's dry out here.
Right.
Like there's not many like watery locations out here, especially in the LA area.
Yeah, no kidding. So is it still like windy? It's still gusty as it has been, or has it died down? I mean, I don't.
It's still pretty windy.
Okay, it's still.
I mean, the drive up today, because I drove up from the desert. Still like 17-mile-an-hour winds.
Okay. Still not great.
Yeah, not great.
But I mean, part of me is always like, dude, it's maybe in the desert it's always windy because where I live, dude, there's days where there's so much dust in the air from the desert, from like the sand blowing. I'm like, dude, I can't even see in front of me.
Yeah, it's not something that we have to deal with here. But we have blizzards.
Are you guys in Michigan?
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, dude, I missed my first year in the USFL. Living in
Ypsilanti, wasn't it?
Ypsilanti. I was on the board of Ypsilanti and Ann Arbor. And I was like, dude, this is beautiful out here. It's so green.
Yeah, Michigan's beautiful for about 6 months out of the year.
Yeah. And in summer, there's so much water, boating. Like it's beautiful. Plus, you go on the north of the west side. We got the cliffs, we got the sand dunes. It's plenty to do.
Yeah.
So we actually we have season tickets. We're all right, but we're both right by each other. Section 131. Yep. So it's like when you walk out of the tunnel to the left at the end of the end zone.
Where Devin warms up for catching the kick returns.
Okay.
Yep. We're on your guys' side down towards the end zone.
Yeah. So just throwing it out there for a friend. We'll be hanging out in that area for every home game, really.
All right. I mean, I'll be there. So.
All right. I'd hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Make it, man.
I'll be the one on the field trying to rip someone's head off or having a fun time playing a game I love.
Yeah.
I might be going to the Memphis game too. I was telling you about that a little bit last night while we were out for my birthday. Mm-hmm. That was pretty cool.
Memphis Stadium is pretty nice. That was the first locker room I'd seen that adapted it to the UFL, and that was really cool.
Yeah. So you looking forward to playing against Boogie? Week 1?
Oh yeah, I mean we filmed together, so it'll be a good time.
Yeah.
We were talking the other day about we had this running joke with the first year we started filming together that you get one a game, say like super win, And we would never do it, but I was like, yeah, I'm going to say super win to you. And I was like, knowing you, you're going to laugh. We're going to snap the ball. I'm going to freaking super win you, bro. And he was like, that might actually happen. He's like, so, man, don't mess with me like that. I was like, oh, it's going to happen.
You guys,
he wasn't on a team last year. So I'm excited for him to be back on a team, you know. We do call him the mayor for a reason. I call him Hollywood since, you know, he's doing all these movie things nowadays.
Yeah, I didn't really know that. Like, I'm in the Discord chat for PFN, Pro Football Newsroom, and he's active in there a little bit. That's where I catch him sometimes.
Yeah, I'll usually respond to his stories, or we'll text each other about random stuff that's going on.
Right.
I'm like, what up, Hollywood? What are you doing now? And he's like, man, I'm not Hollywood, bro. I'm like, dude, you show up with like a Gucci bag to come film EA. I don't want to hear. It's not Gucci, it's Louis. I was like, whatever.
Just something light.
Yeah.
Just something light. Yeah.
But we appreciate you taking the time out, Ryan. We know you're pretty busy. You got a birthday party to get to. Glad we've kind of built this relationship, and like I said, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day and coming on and talking with us, and can't wait to see what you get to do this year on the field.
Well, I'm excited for this year. Appreciate you guys.
Yep. Anything you need to say, Jesse?
No, just like and subscribe. Ryan, here, I'll throw that up again. Here's Ryan's tag on Twitter if anybody wants to follow. But yeah, thank you, Ryan, for joining us, man. And I can't wait to see you, like you said, in the first home game.
Of course, guys. See you guys there.
Yeah. And to all you fans out there, we appreciate you guys being here. You could be anywhere else, but you're here with us. And as always, Panther fans, let's hunt.